Here we go. The final one. We want to solve this absolute value inequality. Once again, first step is to isolate it. So I'm going to divide both sides by -3. Of course, this is going to cancel out. You're going to have an absolute value of x minus 7 less than or equal to, wait a minute, not less than or equal to. I almost made the mistake that I do not want you guys to make. Ladies and gentlemen, we divided by a negative. Anytime you divide by a negative on an inequality, you have to flip that inequality symbol. You have to. It's just the way it works. Whenever you divide by a negative, you have to flip the inequality symbol. So up here it was a less than, now it's a greater than. And over here, -6 divided by -3, that is +2. And once again, just to remind you, if this were if it were a less than a negative, then you know that would be impossible. You could just stop and say no solution. But we know for a fact that absolute values could be greater than or equal to 2, so we need to continue on with this. So we're going to set up a positive and a negative situation. Pos, neg. The positive situation is writing it exactly the way it is, without the absolute value symbol. The negative situation is writing it exactly the way it is, but we're going to flip the inequality one more time and then add a negative to the right side. So let's solve both. We're going to add 7, add 7. You're going to have x is greater than or equal to 9. That's an answer. Over here we're going to add 7, add 7. X is less than or equal to 5. That's an answer. Any questions? So these are our two answers. We just need to determine if we write the word or between them, or if we actually put them together as a compound inequality. So the only way to determine that is to visualize their areas, visualize what this actually means and what this actually means. So the best, easiest way to do that, again, is to do a number line. You're going to put the smaller number on the left, the greater number on the right. So when we think about this answer, x is greater than -9, x is greater than or equal to -9, it's going to be going to the right because it's greater than. When you think about this guy over here, x is less than or equal to 5, well, solid dot, less than's to the left. So these areas are most definitely apart, so my answers have to remain apart with the word or between it. So for a final answer, you would have to put the word or right between it, and this would be it, both of them. So it's both answers with the word or between it. Now again, if the areas would have been together, then you'd have to write them as a compound inequality with the smaller number on the left, bigger number on the right, x in the middle with greater than symbols. Less than symbols, opening to the right. But since the areas are apart, we just leave the answers apart with the word or.